So here's a scenario. This is basically what we're trying to do here is show you how peer pressure can affect somebody, you know, when they're making a decision about something. What we got here is we got 4 popular kids at school, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And you got another girl over here that's not part of that group. These kids, they go everywhere together, eat lunch together, maybe go to church together, they live in the same neighborhood, so they're always hanging around. And other kids see them and say, man, you know, they're always having fun. I wish I was part of that group. So one day, the popular kids asked Goody Two Shoes over here if she'd like to hang out with them. And she says, sure. And she's kind of like excited. Wow, you know, they must like me or something. So they agree to get together, and they agree to go to popular kid number 1's house. Who's popular kid number 1? So at popular kid number 1's house, the parents aren't home yet. They're still at work. That happens a lot with both parents working, where there'll be a couple hours where the kids are supposed to come and do their chores, do their homework and things like that while the parents are away. Anyway, they invite this new kid over, and they go out behind the house by the pool, and all of a sudden, all these guys, these popular kids, to her shock, light up cigarettes. So you guys light up. So they're all lighting up here. Now, she's kind of like, wow, you know, I didn't know that's what they did, you know. Now, they're going to start working on her. They're going to use a little peer pressure. So you guys go ahead and try to convince her to do what you're doing. What are you going to tell them? Good guy, what are you going to tell them? Okay, why? Why not? Tell them why not. Okay, but these guys are persistent, right? Now, why do you think they want her to do this? Can somebody give me an idea why you think they want her to do this? Okay. Okay, maybe because later on she'll buy it from them. Maybe they think it's cool. Any other reasons why they might want to get her to do it? Okay, maybe they might feel like, you know, we got this, we're addicted to this stuff, and she's not, and why should she be not addicted? That might be one reason. What about?
Because maybe they think they shouldn't do it, but they can't, so then when they're like feeling bad or sad or whatever, they try doing making someone else do it, so they'll feel better.
Okay, that could be. Or just kind of like a little mini gang. You know, they want to control the people in their group, and if she doesn't do it, then she's not part of their group. What do you think they want you to do?
So they can
Okay. What about if? Go ahead. Okay, control. Those are all good answers. But what about if she doesn't do it? What might she do when she goes home to see her parents? She might tell them. So if they get her to do it, she wouldn't be able to go home and tell, because what's she going to do? Go home and say, hey, Mom, Dad, you know, I was down at Judy's house today, at John's house, and we were having some cigarettes. It was cool. She's not going to do that because she knows it's wrong. Everybody here knows it's wrong to take part in tobacco products before the age of 18. Everybody knows that. She knows that too. But so that might be one of the reasons. Now, with any situation like that, if you hang around people that smoke cigarettes or marijuana, when you leave, it's in your hair, it's in your clothes. You're going to smell like marijuana. A lot of times we pull people over in cars, and they've been to the park, and they go with their friends and everything, and they smoke dope, and they get in the car and drive home. We pull up the car, we pull over the car, and we go up there, and all we smell is marijuana. As soon as we smell that, we can search the car and search you and everything that owns you in your car. But the same thing with cigarettes. When you're around cigarettes, you smell like cigarettes. So, I'm going to be the parent here. Now, okay, they hang around together, and then she has to go home. She comes home. You smell like cigarettes. Why do you smell like cigarettes? Okay, she volunteered that right away. Now, who is smoking? Okay, what are their names?
Judy, John, whatever your name is.
Okay, a lot of times when I do this skit, even though it's a skit, they refuse to tell me who they are. It's like they're obligated. They don't want to snitch anybody off. But, you know, that's not a good idea to do that. If somebody's doing something wrong, you can be their best friend by telling somebody. So they get lectured to or talked to, so they don't do that anymore. Hopefully, never again. Now, say she didn't resist them. Say she did start smoking with them. You know, she couldn't withstand the peer pressure, so she actually started doing it. Now she's part of that group, and everybody's having a good time, high-fiving and stuff. Wow, you're cool. She comes home, same thing. Father's going to ask her, you smell like cigarettes. You been smoking? Have you been smoking? What'd she just do? She lied. She lied. And that's what's going to happen in real life. Because she doesn't want to know, she wants her parents to know that she wasn't smoking. But parents sometimes are smarter than their kids are because they've been around a couple of years. One of the ways to find out if a kid's been smoking is just pick up their fingers and they hold a cigarette, smell it. It'll smell like cigarettes, or it might be a brown stain in it. And they can tell right away you're lying. But the thing is when kids get involved in illegal activity at any age, they become very good liars. One of the first things they do is lie to hide it because they know what's wrong. So if you have to lie about something, you shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. That's one of the things that happens when people get involved in these groups where they're doing something. The best thing to do if they're doing something that you know is wrong is just get away from that group. But now, she came home, okay, you say you weren't smoking, I say you were. Who were you smoking? You already told me. So she admits who they were. So if that's the case, when she comes home and she tells her parents, those parents hopefully would call their parents and say, hey, look, my daughter just came home. She said that your daughter, your son, whoever was smoking. And then they will get talked to, and hopefully that'll stop right there. But it doesn't always work that way. Say she didn't smoke, and she told me who they were. And I called them, and all the parents talked to them. And these two guys here said, you know what? They don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to continue to smoke. Even though they hide it, if they get an allowance, they waste all their money on it, or they steal or shoplift, which we catch a lot of kids shoplifting. Not so much anymore because it's behind the counter. But these two guys say, we're going to continue to do it. And these two guys, this girl and guy here, say, yeah, you're pretty smart. Thank you. A couple weeks go by, they might have been mad at you at first, but they say, you know, you're right, we're wrong. Now, fast forward 25 years down the road. You're coming back to your 20th high school class reunion. Everybody's having a good time. These three guys over here, this guy and these two girls out there on the dance floor, dancing up and still having a good old time. What's your name? Pardon? What's your name? What's your name? Real name? Jordan? Lee? Nick? Jordan and Nick. Okay. Nick's not there. Jordan comes in, he's on a cane. You know, he got cancer from all this tobacco product he was taking in his ball, all these poison and stuff. And Nick is in the hospital on oxygen. He got cancer too. So at your age right now, you're fifth graders. You think, what can I do to change anybody or have an impact on somebody? Just by her finding out they smoke, telling their parents, and their parents call these two parents, that changed their life. Actually might have saved their life. And if these two kids had listened at that time, they wouldn't be in the hospital. They wouldn't have had operations for cancer and stuff like that. So even at this age, if you persuade somebody not to do something you know is wrong, it can hurt them, and you tell your parents they're doing it, and they get talked to, maybe you can save their life. That's how important it is to understand, to be a true friend, you're not snitching somebody off to tell your parents that somebody else is doing something bad. Some of these things we're going to talk about in this class, if they do it one time, lights out, gone, like turn off the switch. And if you don't tell somebody, you could be not responsible, but you could have prevented somebody from dying. Thanks, guys.